Once again, I'm going to show you a neat little trick that you might need for tuxedo cake or baby shower cake or a grandfather's cake. So what you will need is black fondant. So you will need black fondant, you need rolling pin and a knife. You also need cornstarch to dust your surface with. So you just roll your fondant really thick, a bit of a longish sausage, not too thick and not too wide, because you need the length more than you need the thickness or the width. So what you do is the mustache shape that you had printed on a paper, you cut it out, because doing it freehand, I'm not happy with freehand. It doesn't really look like a mustache that I want. It does look like one, but I wouldn't be happy with that size. So what you start to do is you take your knife, you just follow the mustache shape that you printed out. So you just, when you cut, just remove the fondant like this away from your cut piece so it doesn't stick back. It becomes a mess if you leave it there. Okay, you take away that piece and you just put it aside, and you go ahead. Okay, let me move my hand so you can see. Just make sure that your shape that you cut out doesn't move, because you need it to be steady. We haven't glued it to the fondant, so it moves very simply. So just cut out your mustache and you remove that piece that you don't need. Just if it moves, just move it back, because now you basically have the shape that you need. Just move it back to where it belongs. You cut it out, get that nice, and once you're done, don't remove the shape, just keep it there and just pat it with your knife. Just make sure that you don't have some unneat cut areas, so it needs to be very smooth. And we're done. You just move your knife, or it's easier than using your hand. So there we go, we have our mustache. That's a beautiful piece of mustache. So what you do, it depends on how you want to use it on your cake. So either you can put 2 toothpicks in here and let it stand on the cake like this, or you can basically just put it on the side of the cake. It will sit and look like this. If you want it to be a bit pointy up, you can just move it, let it dry like that. You must make sure that it dries properly, at least 2 or 3 days if you didn't use any CMC. But if you do use the hardening component, you can maybe a day or overnight. Then that is it. You're good to go. Thank you very much for tuning in. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Thank you.